Santa knockety knocked on my door last night. I answered in my underpants and asked him what in the shite. He said he was lost on his way to Kilkee and needed me to show him the way, or else the kids in that town would have nothing to open on Christmas Day. I told him I didn't care, he could kiss my hairy ass, and quirked my brow and grinned, swirling the brandy in my glass. He said please, the fog is too thick as Christmas pudding sick. If he didn't make his deliveries to Kilkee, he'd look like a prick. I said, tell you what, see that sack you got there? What say you let me help myself to a prezi? Then I'll help you. I think it's only fair. Santa looked at the bag with a frown, then finally said, all right, my boy. If you promise to help, I'll let you reach in and take a toy. I laughed and knocked back the rest of my beverage, smashed the glass on the porch, took the bag, and dived in for a rummage. Santa ho-ho-ho'd as I wrapped my hand around my prize. I had something in store for the fat man, and the fool didn't realize. I pulled out my present, smiled and said Merry Christmas to all. Santa ho-ho-ho'd and said I didn't know the Irish played baseball. We don't, I said, before swinging the bat at his head. It connected with a sickening crack and Santa fell back in the snow dead. I looked up and down the street and dragged Santa's body to his sleigh. I heaved him inside, slapped Rudolph's arse, and the reindeers took off and flew away. I swaggered back to my porch and threw the bag over my back. Went back inside, poured a brandy, and looked inside the magical sack. Sparkling stars and magical rainbows swirled as I stared into the opening, and I knew that anything I wished for lay within for my taking. I cocked back my head, tossed back my drink, and let out a maniacal laugh, and reached in and pulled out what I've always wished for, an inflatable giraffe. I gave the giraffe a hug and it said, we're going to be best friends forever, and brothers too. And I burst into tears of joy and cried, this is the best Christmas ever, Mr. Giraffe, I love you. I took out more presents, a PS4, 60-inch TV and a case of beer. And my new friend and I stayed in and partied all through the new year.